It's training camp season. Today we're looking at the New York Giants. We're going to be looking at Camp Skattebo, Russell Wilson, Jaxson Dart, Malik Nabers, and a bunch of other players. We're going to watch them work through some drills, some 11-on-11s. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because we're looking at practice every day at training camp. Your rookies, your camp battles, and guys you're drafting in fantasy football here soon. Click that button. Stop missing out on what your players are doing behind the scenes. And today we're looking at the Giants. And these practice clips are hot off the press from today's practice as well. 5 minutes, 19 seconds. I'll loop this and keep talking ball like I always do because I got to keep ranting. There's Russell Wilson right there. There he is, firing it out there. We didn't get a training camp last year with the Steelers. We had that calf issue. Remember that? So we're going to get an opportunity to get some work in here with the Giants to develop. There's Jaxson Dart. So from what I'm gathering, it was off and on with him. There's him finding his guy from today's practice, and it's Camp Skattebo. I will have a video directly on Camp Skattebo, multiples on the quarterbacks throughout the offseason. I'm also going to have team videos as well like this. Boom, there's Dart getting it out there. Looking solid. One of the reports I heard today from practice is the defensive line is looking nasty. It's Winston. The defensive line is looking nasty. Skattebo again. If I find more Skattebo, there will be a whole video on him. I got 2 or 3 clips on him. There's Russ. Flicking it out there. And Nabers was in some battles today. Especially from what I've heard from the beat writers, is that he was getting heated. I expect that with Malik Nabers. I expect him to be ultra competitive. There's Russell Wilson, slinging it out. Him and Nabers are building rapport. That's one thing I can see. Him and Nabers building rapport, and they're doing extra work too after practice. That was noted by beat writers. Jaxson Dart, looking around, finding his guy. Skattebo again. Same clip, but still. Skattebo is going to be a huge addition to this team. Good between the tackles, can catch the ball in the backfield. He's slippery in the open field. He's got good vision. Pretty much can do it all. There he is right there again. Even though the play's not about him, we're so far out. That was a pick. It looks like a pick 6. I think that might have been the Jaxson Dart pick. Downfield, boom. Back corner, Wan'Dale Robinson. Reliable. That's one thing. He's a reliable wide receiver with good hands. Plays well on the opposite side of Malik Nabers, too, for the short to intermediate. Commands a fair amount of targets. That's Jaxson Dart with that flick of the wrist. Again, the defensive line's been looking nasty. That was the main takeaway. I took from the beat writers is that defensive line, the pass rush, the bully ball up front is going to be there this year. Abdul Carter was the right pick. Abdul Carter was the right selection. I know there was quarterbacks. I know there was Travis Hunter. Abdul Carter is a player that, if you're there, you take. That's a player that's going to be a cornerstone piece of this team for a long time. With what you already got there. It's Thibodeau. That came off wrong off the tongue, but I'm going to keep it out there. But that is going to be a player that's going to help you guys for a long time. You're seeing Burns. You're going to see more footage of them as we work forward. Here we go, back to the offense. I believe that's Russ, back corner. That's Wan'Dale. Making it happen. More of this pass rush, the defense here. That is going to be a huge story with the Giants. They're going to be very impactful. They're going to sneak some wins. If Russ can cook a little bit. That defensive line getting after quarterbacks, that pushback, they're going to sneak some wins this year. And Russ did not have a full offseason last year. And when he got his moment with the Steelers offense looked better. And Malik Nabers is a lot better than George Pickens. I expect Nabers to really do well this year. I expect him to get a lot of targets. I expect the ball to be pushed to him again. Practice was heated today. I expect to be heated. He had his moments. Where the defense got in there, like you saw there. It was heated. There's Dart. We're rolling. Getting it. That's the same play. More Skattebo in there. That's what I like to see. Same play, though, as earlier, though. There's Russ. Went down to the other read. Back quarter, and Wandell again. Same play. Got more of the look of Russ and how he went through his progressions. Is that Carter? This team's going to be nasty. That pass rush is going to be nasty this year. There's the pick. When I started the video out saying it was mixed reviews on Jaxson Dart, it was up and down, mainly because of that clip right there, throwing his first pick six. But all in all, on Jaxson Dart, there's work of him, of Malik Nabers and Russell Wilson getting some work in after practice. I think those two are going to build a good rapport. But back to Jaxson Dart, I think this is a great opportunity for him. A great opportunity for him to develop, build up his skills. You have two veteran quarterbacks there. He can watch, he can lean on. On top of that, it's just going to give him time. He's not a finished or fully polished prospect to begin with. This is great for him because he does have some tools. He's got the arm strength. He can throw it on the run where he can be a good asset to this team for the long term. That's the good thing about him. But he does need fine-tuning, and he's going to get that opportunity here. And when we were looking at the draft through mock drafts this offseason, we looked at the Giants as a good landing spot for one of these rookie quarterbacks for where they're at. Because when they brought in Russ, they brought in Jameis Winston, you knew that quarterback's going to get the opportunity to develop. Like time to figure out the offense, time to ramp up to the NFL. Jaxson Dart's not fully there yet. We know this, or he would have been a way earlier pick in the first round. There's Skattebo again. He's going to do big things. He's going to do big things for the Giants. He's going to be a big asset. That's a stout player. That's a lunch pail player. But Jaxson Dart is going to get the opportunity to develop here. Russell Wilson's going to be pushing it all over the yard. Jameis Winston's going to take Dart under his wing. We know this because he tried to do that with Deshaun Watson. He tried his best. And Winston's just a good dude. Russ is here to be the guy, run the offense, push the ball downfield. Did not, like I said earlier, did not get a full training camp last year. Malik Nabers is going to be the guy. Everything's going to run through Malik Nabers. Don't forget about Tyrone Tracy. Don't forget about Devin Singletary. But Cam Skattebo right there. He's going to add some extra depth to the run game. I believe he's going to get the opportunity to see a lot of work this year. I won't say he's going to be 100% the guy. I think they're going to try and have some sort of committee, as you see Cam Skattebo right there in the frame. But make sure you're paying attention to Cam Skattebo this year, as throughout the training camp. He will have a dedicated video, probably a bunch of them this offseason as we get more clips materialized. We're early in training camp, but this is the first practice session. They've had others that we got a full buffet of clips from the beat writers. All in all, I say Russell Wilson was slinging the rock. He was throwing it around. They're aggressive today. Hearing good things about the pass rush, the defensive line. Malik Nabers was being Malik Nabers. Things got a little chippy and heated. He came down with some grabs. Defense did well, locking up with them too. That's a good thing to see. They get top-tier competition every day with him. Nabers is back healthy. There was a toe issue everybody was worried about. You don't have to worry about that anymore. That's over and done with. He was listed healthy on my sleeper app anyways. You're looking at Jaxson Dart. He had some moments. He looked good. For a quarterback that's developing, a high-end developmental quarterback, should be a future starter down the road. All in all, things have been looking good. Skattebo caught some balls today. We need more clips of the other running backs. We need more clips of the other wide receivers. Wan'Dale Robinson made some plays today. All in all, things are looking good for the Giants. It's early still, but still, you got to stack them days. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.